Hello and welcome to H&L Classics. Today we're going to give you some tips and buying advice to help you on your search for a Mercedes-Benz SL R129. In this video we're going to cover some of the key things that we look out for when we assess an R129. The R129 is one of the most iconic cars of the 1990s. In the 90s, if you wanted a top-of-the-line Mercedes-Benz, you would buy the R129. When new, the R129 would have set you back by about 70 to 120,000 US dollars. While the R129s may seem affordable now, prices for good examples are on the rise, as are the cost of parts and maintenance. The R129s are fairly complex cars even by modern standards, as Mercedes-Benz introduced many additional safety and comfort systems as compared to its predecessor, the R107. The R129s are fairly affordable to maintain, but costly to restore. We will be covering the details on the restoration on this particular R129 in a future video, so do subscribe to our channel to be notified when that video comes out. The first thing you should do before inspecting an R129 is to run the vehicle identification number to know the car's date of manufacture and factory build sheet. It should start with WDB129 followed by 11 digits and characters and can be found on the metal plaque in the engine bay. It is the source of truth for what the car came with from the factory, be it the engine, transmission, exterior and interior color, as well as specified options. Next, take a look around and examine the cosmetic condition of the car inside and out. You can be fairly certain that a cosmetically poor R129 would be costly to bring back, as chances are the mechanicals have been fairly neglected as well. The R129s are not known for having issues with rust, therefore any signs of rust may suggest a severely neglected car. Check the condition of the soft top canvas and plastic rear windows. The plastic rear windows tend to fade and turn yellow with heat and age. It is fine if the canvas top has been replaced before, just ensure that the canvas top is of good quality and the rubber dampener has been replaced as well. On the interior, look out for tears in the leather, particularly on the driver's side bolster. Scuffs can be easily refurbished, but with tears in the leather, you'd be looking at a more costly replacement. Look at the center dome light cover, sun visor mirror covers, and sun visor mirror trims. The plastics go brittle over time and are very costly to replace. Check if all the air conditioning vents are intact and in good working order. Check the A-pillar trims and side mirror trims, as the brackets for these tend to break over time as well. Look for traces of hydraulic oil leaks in the carpeting, which may suggest issues with the electro-hydraulically operated soft top. The electro-hydraulically operated soft top should run smoothly and complete the operation in around 25 to 30 seconds. The soft top mechanism consists of 12 hydraulic cylinders, a central distributor, a pump, a complex control unit, several valve blocks, and a myriad of sensors. The hydraulic cylinders will need replacement as the seals wear out with age, and it is best that all hydraulic cylinders be replaced at the same time. The pump and valve blocks are fairly robust unless the wrong hydraulic fluid has been used or contamination or debris have entered the system, clogging the pump and the valves. The control unit is a very sensitive piece of electronic equipment which may be damaged by sudden electrical surges that may happen when incorrectly jump-starting an R129. When starting up the car, turn the key on to accessory mode and observe all the warning lights. All the lights should be on. Be wary if any of the lights fail to light up. Once started, all the warning lights should extinguish promptly. The engine model range for the R129 are fairly reliable, be it the M103 in the 300SL, or the M104 in the 300SL24 or SL320, or the M119 in the SL500, provided they have been maintained properly. These cars are now at least 20 years old and would have easily covered several 100,000 kilometers. The head gasket on the engine will fail with age, which will result in engine overheating and long-term engine and cooling system damage. The wiring harness can go brittle with heat and time, and this may cause electrical issues that would affect engine performance. These engines would be due for rebuild if they have not been done already, so it is important to ensure that you have the complete service history of the car before buying. If not, be prepared to budget for major engine maintenance and rebuild work to keep the car running reliably and safely. All R129s came with electrically adjustable seats. Test the seat controls and make sure everything works in all directions. The seat switch module is prone to fail with age due to dried out solder points, and the headrest adjustment gears wear out over time. Check that the multifunction stalk works for all functions and the wipers work as they should. Anything out of the ordinary may suggest a wiring issue or costly replacement of a relay or module. The air conditioning should be blowing cold air and cool the cabin within minutes. One major design flaw of the R129 is the location of the evaporator coil deep in the dashboard assembly. The evaporator coil would corrode and leak with age, and a replacement would be inevitable. Replacing the evaporator coil would involve removing the entire dashboard, which would take many hours of work to do. If this has not been done, be prepared to budget for this in the near future. Check if all peripherals are available. All R129s came with a detachable hardtop, at least 2 remote key fobs with a spare key, an owner's manual, a toolkit with a jack, and a full-size spare wheel. The toolkit should also include a special tool to manually operate the soft top in the event of failure of the electro-hydraulically operated soft top. If the car came with a radio from the factory, check if the original radio, code card and operation guide are still available. Lastly, take the car for a test drive. The engine should fire up with no hesitation. The transmission should shift smoothly through the gears with no jerkiness. The air conditioning should blow cold air. Test the soft top operation and ensure that it works well and at speed. You may refer to our video where we have timed the soft top operation for your reference by clicking in the top right corner or on the link in the description below. Observe the engine temperature and ensure that it does not climb close to 100 degrees Celsius under any circumstance. Listen for clunks and squeaks in the suspension. The ride should be comfortable and not hard or harsh. The R129s are fairly heavy cars, so do expect more wear and tear on suspension components. The front suspension mounts should be inspected for wear and tear, as failure of these mounts may cause the absorber to punch through the hood. If the car has a self-leveling suspension at the rear, check if the system is working and that the accumulators have been replaced. If you are able to jack up the car, inspect the undercarriage for any signs of oil leaks from the engine, transmission, or rear differential. Additionally, inspect if the roll bar sensor arms are still intact. These are important as they play a role in deploying the roll bar in the event of a rollover, and if small arms are broken, it may jeopardize the operation of the safety system. We hope that this buying guide has been useful. Please leave a like and subscribe to our channel if you like what you see, and do follow us on Facebook to get updates on our restoration projects as well. As always, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.